a wizard in the Federation of Commerce, a torch-bearer in the race of brilliance, a benevolent teacher unique in his way, a visionary whose vision gave the state first of its kind international school and an international college, a revolutionary whose ideas and decisions forced others to mend their ways and in the arena of commerce. Sir is a chartered accountant, cost accountant, MBA Finance and Treasury, ISA, law graduate and a PhD holder. The Government of India has appointed our revered chairman, Dr. Bijay Kumar Sahu, as a member of task force in the Ministry of Heavy Industries and Public Enterprises, Department of Public Enterprises, Government of India. A Harvard alumni, Dr. Sahu has recently completed programs on professional education from Harvard School of Education, USA. Sir is also honored of being an advisor for the 2,500 Rashtriya Adarsh Vidyalaya to be set up in India. I now request our respected chairman, Dr. Bijay Kumar Sahu, to please enlighten the gathering.
Good morning, children. Good morning, children. Today, let me see whether the scioniers have a larger voice here or the non-scioniers. Good morning, children. Good morning, children. Let's do it together. Good morning, children. Thank you. Welcome to Sai International School, Sai International College, and the Commerce Conclave 2014. Respected Chief Guest of the inaugural ceremony, Sri Arun Sahu, Honorable Minister for Panchayat Raj and Law to Government of Orissa. We are indeed fortunate in the state to have bright and young people not only joining politics but also at the helm. And if you see the galaxy of ministers that our Honorable Chief Minister has chosen, as many of the young, bright student leaders who have passion in their heart to do something for the country, for the state, are with us, and we are fortunate to have one of them with us, Sri Arun Sahu. We are equally fortunate that after a long time we have a philosopher and a scientist heading the university, the Utkal University. From research, he is into now academic administration, Dr. Ashok Das. We are fortunate to have him at the helm of Utkal University, and I am sure the glory of Utkal University will go international with his magic touch. We have with us my elder brother, my friend, my philosopher, my guide, and someone whom I have been always looking up to for the last 30 years, CA P.R. Ramesh, the internationally renowned chartered accountant, chairman of Deloitte. He is normally he has his breakfast in Mumbai, then he has lunch in Singapore, dinner in London, next day breakfast in US, has his meeting, then comes back again to London, next day has his meeting and comes back to India. Rarely he is in India, but whenever I have requested him to address and inspire our children, he has always agreed to. We are all fortunate to have him today with us so that you can learn the modesty, humility and the knowledge reserve he has. Sri Priya Ramesh. Children, we are the student of commerce. When I used to study commerce after my science, there was a talk in Ravensa that you have joined commerce. You know the meaning of commerce? I said, no. They said, since you have come from science, you don't know the meaning of commerce. And I wanted to know what is the meaning of commerce. They said that commerce is com rasa, so it's commerce. So I didn't understand what is com rasa, which is commerce. But I found actually they were all wrong, because commerce was full of rasa and the other subjects were probably with com rasa. So that was my because I personally I was a science topper. I got into all the engineering and other science examinations of the country after my plus 2, but I did choose to join commerce and joined Ravensa, then went to Pricewaterhouse, and no looking back, I always felt that because of commerce I have this global vision. Before I talk to you a few words, let me recognize the presence of all those institutions who have made this conference beginning successful. We have the presence of Kendriya Vidyalaya number 3. Please a big hand to them. We have students and teacher from Mothers Public School. We have students and teachers from Loyola School. We have students and teachers from Prabhuji English Medium School. We have students and teachers from ODM Public School. We have students and teachers from BJB Junior College. We have student and teacher from my school where I did my education, DM School. We have student and teachers from BJEM School. We have again students from the college where I did my studies, Ravensa College. And we have students and teachers from KIT International School. I'm sure some more schools will join. Since time is less, I will only speak for a few minutes and I'll tell the relevance of our state. Children, the education of commerce and the relativity of education to development started in India, not now, 5,000 years back. You will be surprised that the first book on commerce, the first theory of commerce, the first theory of state, the Arthashastra, was written in India by Chanakya himself around 150 AD. And that book is still the Bible of all the theories of economics and commerce till date in the world. And that's the relevance of India as far as education and commerce education and business education is concerned over the whole world. And if you relate that with the development, during that time, all students and scholars across the world used to come to India to have education. And India was one of the most prosperous and developed nations of the world. The development moved to Europe. Europeans understood the relevance of education, the education of business and commerce. Development moved towards Europe. Great Britain, specifically in the city of London and around city of London, they understood the technique of development and education. And they established all the great universities of the world, again business and commerce, along with science of course, and development moved towards Great Britain. And in the last 300 years, it's the United States of America spending the highest amount on education after defense. And all the innovation is now, all the patent of the world is in US, and that's why US is one of the most developed nations. Why I'm telling you all this is because there is a direct correlation between development the education of commerce and business and development. We welcome Sri P.C. Jain, Principal of SRCC. Again, one of the most respected persons in commerce education of the country. We are fortunate to have you, sir, with us. Please sit down. What is the relevance again of we as a state? We need to understand Odisha as the epitome. Please listen to me. As you know, I will stop talking if there is slightest of movement in the hall. The relevance of Odisha as far as commerce education is concerned, or education is concerned, is also very old. You'll all be surprised and happy at the same time to know that it was Pushpagiri for 800 years, from 3rd century to 11th century, was epitome of knowledge of the world. Written very nicely by Vincent. And from here, Odisha, 150 kilometers away from Bhubaneswar, was the epitome of knowledge of the world. So that means in Odisha, we had the seed of knowledge, which did go to the whole world. And we have always seen history repeats itself. So I am of the optimistic view and opinion that India will again be a superpower, because India is started valuing education. And Odisha will be one of the leading states in the near future, because Odisha was also the epitome of knowledge and development. Here is the place where the exports were done to the neighboring countries. Here is the place where trade and commerce was at its peak. Please realize this potential of each one of us. It's not your mistake if you are born poor. It's not your mistake if you are born poor, but it's certainly your mistake if you die poor. Children, we need to understand the power within us. And as in the opening statements, our principal of the college said that India is going to have more than 50% of the population of the world by 2030 below the age of 30. Can you imagine the power, the human power that India will have? And if we empower this youth with knowledge, then we can rule the world. It's like the bird sitting on the branch of a tree is never afraid of the branch breaking. The bird sitting on the branch of a tree is never afraid of the branch breaking down. You know why? Because the bird never believes or depends on the strength of the branch. It has confidence in its own wings. Whenever there is opportunity, the bird flies. And that's what I want all my youth to be strong enough to have that power within them to lead the country, because you are the future and you will lead the country. You will make Odisha one of the leading states. Commerce education, as I said, we tried to bring a change in commerce education in the state. We have proved, not only in the state, but also in Eastern India, that commerce is one of the most respected educational wings. And I am happy today that we have more than 500 students in commerce in 11th and 12th in our school, out of which more than 50% are above 85%. You can see our school average is 85%, 84%. That means we have 60% of the students securing around 90% mark. And we have today in all the leading commerce institutions, law institutions, CA, we have students from commerce from our state and many from our school. We have brought a change in the commerce education. We want to bring a change in the commerce higher education. We want to have something like SRCC. So that's why always, I look upon the principle of SRCC to guide us. And he agreed last year to be the advisor of, and he is now into our fold. He is the advisor to SICC, Sai International College of Commerce, and he is guiding us to shape SICC to be one of the leading commerce institutions of the country. After having taken Sai to a particular level, we want that commerce for +3 education also will be one of the leading commerce institutions of the country. Today, I do not have more time, but I will end with a small joke, a lighter side of, there were 3 sons. One was a doctor, one was an engineer, and one was a chartered accountant. Father gave 2 lakhs to each one of them. 2 lakhs to the doctor, 2 lakhs to the engineer's son, and 2 lakhs to the chartered accountant's son, and said, if I am dead, then what you do is you put these 2 lakhs into my grave, because till I am alive, you enjoy this money, and once I am dead, you should give back this money. After 10-15 years, father died, and on the grave, first was the chance of the doctor, son. He came with the money left, so he put around 1.5 lakhs into the grave and a paper note stating that, I spent 50,000 for your medical expenses. So I feel, that should be deducted. And he put that 1.5 lakhs and that paper in the grave. Then came the engineer. He put 1,75,000 into the grave and a cheat. That 25,000 I spent on the grave, on, the cremation. So this money is spent for you. So Father, please bless me. He put this money. Then came the chance of the chartered accountant son, very bright chartered accountant son. What he did, he wrote a 2 lakh rupee check and put it in the grave and said, Father, whenever you want, you can draw the money. Thank you.